you arrived in 1959, sister.
The very end, December.
And you were here in 1956, so the school
Yes.
was built in 57, so you would have seen the school
Yes.
from the ground up. So just describe to me, if you can, the feeling at that time when the new school was
so
being built.
excited and so proud of the school, and it seemed so big and yes, and we were very proud of it. And everybody that came to visit the convent had to go and visit the school. Yes.
Well, that when I entered,
Yes.
the excitement was, oh, you must see the new school, you must see the new school. And I thought, well, what's exciting about a school? You know, I've been teaching in the school for 3 years in Moss Side. Anyway, I could understand, you know, when I saw the school, because it was a much better school than I had taught in, you know, which was just an old school in the city. So I could understand them. But when I first came, you know, oh, the school, you must go and see the school.
Yes, and many of the past pupils have said to me they remember their childhood, you know, and how much it meant to them. You know. Yes. No,
People have come back after years and years, haven't they, and
Yes.
said, and they'd love to look round and they can't believe the change, because in the room there, that's where they had the classrooms, wasn't it?
yes,
And
the first classrooms. Well,
Yes,
Right.
and they come back, oh, it wasn't like this when I was... And they had this was the dinners, didn't they come
Yes,
in
this
here
was
for the dinners?
the
children's
dining room
dinners.
for the children, for the boarders' dining room. There was quite a lot of boarders, about 30 odd at the most
Right.
in the early days. Yes.
So did the boarding stop when the new school was opened?
Well,
or was
it
there a
kind
bit
of
a
was
transition?
phased out gradually. Yes.
When I came, there was about 4 boarders left, that was all.
Yes, it was phased out then.
And within a year or so, they had
Yes.
gone.
Yes.
I don't know whether they belonged to people in the forces, did they?
A lot. Some of
that
the
were
children,
boarders?
yes, did. Yes,
Mm.
their parents were in the forces. Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you a bit about your first class, because you weren't head teacher from the beginning, did
Oh,
you?
no.
So first classes in the new school. or in-
Yes. Well, actually, we had. You've heard. There was a wooden hut. It was just along there, that direction, and there were 5 classrooms. And actually in 1947 that was known as the new school, because we were very proud of that school, because that was comparatively new to what they had before, just using the rooms in
Didn't
the
that
convent.
come from Tollerton, that hut?
No, I don't think it did. No,
No.
it didn't come from Tollerton. That
I thought they gave it us or something.
I don't remember. It was some premises in the town, I think. I don't know whether it was some army premises or something, but anyway, yes. And there was another house called St Anthony's, just where those flats are there, as we look out of the window, and the sisters, that was used for a school as well. In fact, when I started teaching in 1956, the very first class of infants was in that building. And then, of course, when the school as it is now opened, we moved across then.
Right.
And the first infants classroom was that first one near the door. That was the reception class.
So what was the first day like? Were you there for the first day in the new school?
Yeah, I seem to remember it. But actually, I taught for 6 months, as I say, from 1956. And then in March, I finished to learn more about my life as a sister. So I didn't teach for a year then. But just as I remember, I think I just moved over first until January, I think. February the 11th, that's the date, wasn't it, when they moved in? February the 11th, the Feast of Our Lady of Lourdes. Yes.
Because it's called Our Lady of Lourdes and St Francis, that's its full title.
Right.
Yes.
It's been lost.
It's a bit long,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
they
long.
shortened it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was it. So, yes, I remember that. And of course, it was all very exciting and everything.
And that's on the foundation stone that's just inside the school door.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because did Bishop Ellis lay
That's
the
right.
foundation stone?
That's right.
That's right, yes. And of course, we were delighted with the hall and the stage. And that was the great thing, for the end of the term concerts. And they really produced some very nice concerts years ago, right at the beginning. Mrs. Hewood, do you remember? Have you
Mrs.
heard of
Hewood,
Mrs.
yeah.
Hewood? She did drama in the school, and yes, and also
The children used to go into competitions,
Well, that's
didn't they,
right, and
in
it was-
Leicester.
And what was very popular at the time, verse speaking. The children, poetry,
Yes.
they used to do a lot of that. And our children always did very well at that, with other schools, competitions, that's
Yeah.
right.
I can
yes.
remember doing the Owl and the Pussycat. Owl and the Pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat.
Yeah.
They did well in those competitions,
And,
didn't they?
Sister, you would, one of the sisters that took, she died now, Sister Immaculata, she took the, what we used to call the third infants then, you know, it was, I think it was the first Holy Communion class. She was very good at concerts, and she did some beautiful ones with a lot of music in, as well as the children acting on the stage and singing, and very good.